my loves, and welcome back to High Vibe Heels. My name is Ashlyn Torrey if you haven't been here before, and if you have, I'm so grateful to have you back. Today we are doing an EFT tapping all about clearing guilt and shame, and I feel like this is something that comes up a lot in my industry, in the dance industry, also when we are talking about divine feminine energy, sensuality, sexuality, embracing our bodies. There is so much guilt and shame that we have been fed our entire lives through the patriarchy, through a lot of religious programming, through our parents and their parents. And so if you are experiencing guilt and shame around anything today, I really hope that this tapping can really help you clear resistance. Tapping has been such an amazing tool for me to clear guilt and shame that aren't even my own necessarily. A lot of these things are passed down through us generationally. And so this tapping today is really going to help us to get rid of all of that shit so that we can step into our lives really confident, really powerful, and living our lives the way that we want to live them, really rebelling against all of this that we've been taught and deciding to show up in a new way. You might be experiencing guilt around maybe the clothes that you wear, the type of dancing that you do. If you're a mom, I know a lot of guilt comes with that as well. Who we date, the limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves. Anything that's coming up for you right now, you can have a particular thing in focus or just overall clear the stuck guilt and shame that resides within you. And before we get started into this tapping, I want to remind you, babes, that my program, Confidence, the Heels Method, is currently open for enrollment, and this is something that we dive into a lot in this program, and we do that through dancing in a heel, burlesque, and these spiritual tools like tapping to really help us to show up as our most confident selves. So click the link below in the description to learn more, and without further ado, let's dive into this tapping. If you haven't tapped before, essentially what you're going to do is just follow along on the various meridian points in the body. We're going to tap on these points, releasing stuck negative energy and replacing that energy with positive, uplifting beliefs. So just repeat after me, and also make sure that you have plenty of water nearby. Just like a massage, we really flush out a lot of toxins when we tap, so I want you to feel really good and energized after this tapping, and you can do that by hydrating. All right, my loves, let's clear some guilt, shall we? So just go ahead and start tapping on the side of the hand, the karate chop points, and repeat after me. All of this guilt and shame is eating me alive. I feel so much pressure to conform to everyone else's needs. The expectations of my family, society, my boss, my partner. It's too much. But if I don't conform, I feel massive, massive guilt. And this guilt resides in my system as anxiety and stress that I just cannot continue to take on. And don't even get me started on shame and the shame spiral. Shame is so damn icky. Ugh, just saying it just gives me the ugh. But I feel shame more than I would like to admit. It's like this dark cloud that hovers over me as embarrassment and not feeling worthy. Just because I happen to step outside of the parameters that others have set for me of what is deemed as acceptable. Sometimes I just want to wear a crop top and booty shorts, or post a sexy dance video on my Instagram, or sleep around and have my hoe phase without feeling so much deep-rooted shame after. I want to feel free and empowered by my acts of rebellion. Not like I'm waiting to get scolded. This guilt and shame no longer serves me. And I'm ready to let it go. All right, my loves, deep breath in. Holding at the top and exhale, let it all go. right, my loves, we got into the nitty gritty. Now let's start on the top of the head and start clearing all of that out, okay? I feel as though like I've carried guilt as an accessory around my entire life. I've been a chronic people pleaser, setting incredibly high standards for myself. And when I don't meet those standards, I unintentionally or intentionally punish myself with guilt. And this affects every single facet of my life. Because it decreases how I view myself. Which then decreases my vibration in work and finances, relationships, all other areas of my life. And I deeply care about those areas of my life, so I need to stop. Guilt is such a shitty feeling. It takes me back to that time in childhood when I disappointed a parent or a teacher. Or when I failed the test that everyone passed. Or when I missed the winning shot in the basketball game. And that's the worst feeling. So you can imagine what damage that does to my confidence and self-esteem over time after years of doing this. As the guilt builds and builds, I get smaller and smaller. And that is unacceptable. I cannot keep living this way. It's turning me into the robot AI version of myself. Just call me the good girl robot, the nice girl robot, the obedient girl robot. Ew, no, 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 no. Because I now realize that guilt is the patriarchy's way to oppress women. And it's my responsibility to change the narrative. Because I don't want my daughters, my nieces, upcoming generations of women to have to deal with the BS that I have. I want them to be free to embody their authenticity. Without being told that it's wrong or shameful. Without being told that their bodies are wrong or shameful. Just makes my skin crawl that we've had to live this way for so long and that we've believed it. Growing up, shame has just been part of the conditioning. Shamed for liking boys or girls, for wearing shorts, for being too loud. And of course, that has carried on into my adult life, as it does. Women are constantly being shamed publicly, made an example of. But a man can do the same thing that a woman does, or more, and be praised for his passion, his artistry, and his masculinity. What the fuck? It's such a problem. And the only way that I can start to change this narrative is by embodying a new way of showing up in the world. And to encourage my friends and the people I love to do the same. To rebel. By practicing small acts of rebellion every single day, will help build the trust muscle within myself to start showing up fiercely and boldly. Maybe it starts with my hair, my makeup, and my clothing. Then it trickles into speaking up for myself at work. Maybe moving into me posting my dance videos online. Or exploring my sexuality. Whatever that looks like for me, I just need to push the envelope. Because the only thing I should carry guilt around is not living my life the way I deserve to live it. Now that should light a fire under my ass. And when someone tries to shame me into their outdated ways of believing or thinking, I will have the confidence to speak up for myself. Or simply walk away. Knowing that only I know what's best for me. And that often, when they project those things, it's not about me. Their misunderstanding comes from their own programming. And that is not my problem to fix. I can offer perspective. But ultimately, choose to do my own thing. And not get caught up in the lie that shame is just part of being a woman. That it's just something I will always have to deal with. I call bullshit. I absolutely do not have to deal. And refusing to deal is going to create so much more space for me to express myself fully and go after my dreams and manifest the life I desire, because my value doesn't stem from anywhere else but within me. And I'm inherently worthy no matter how I choose to show up in the world. And so it is. All right, my loves, take a deep breath in and exhale, let it all go. Oh my goodness, my loves, amazing job. I know this topic of guilt and shame is so ingrained within us and it can be very triggering. So I'm so proud of you for showing up to this tapping. I feel so good and invigorated and ready to just take on the rest of my day, and I hope you do as well. And anytime those feelings of guilt or shame come up around anything that you're doing in your life, check in, see where it's coming from, do this tapping, turn on a dance tutorial, and just allow yourself to shake all of that programming off of you, because it is not yours. You do not need that anymore. And when you release that guilt and shame, you will be so surprised at how much your life can shift and evolve and up level. I love you babes to the moon and back. Thank you so much for tapping with me today. Don't forget to check out Confidence, the Heels Method below if you're interested in enrolling in this next round. And I will see you in an upcoming video very, very soon. Mwah.